Yo, what's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of Momentum. This is number 251. Excited to be here tonight. Thank you guys for tuning in. I'm excited for another episode. Feeling much better tonight than I did than I did last night. I was actually pretty sick when I streamed, but I'm excited to be here. You guys know the deal in a Sunday session. What do we typically do? What do we talk about? We talk about cool shit, right? We do our productivity, right, which is our smart day, smart week, and it leads into our topic that I want to talk about today, which is comparison and authenticity. This is something that I've really had heavy on my heart the past couple weeks. When you deal with challenges, no matter what, like, look, businesses like this, right? You're going to have your ebbs and flows. Sometimes you're winning, you're on top of the world, and sometimes you're down, like, oh my gosh, nothing's working. Who here has ever felt like that? Who's ever here felt like, oh my gosh, I'm amazing, I figured it out, and then the next day or the next hour or the next minute you're like, oh my gosh, I don't know anything, right? Has anyone ever felt that way? Am I the only one? But that's the truth. That's what I just want to talk about here tonight for Sunday session. This is a day in the week where I stream and just talk about the wins from the previous week, the losses, and my biggest lessons, I guess, as we head into this next week and what we can take over and some cool things that are happening. So hopefully you guys are doing your smart days and your smart weeks. And something that I do on a weekly basis is I do check-ins for every business. Hey, what's working? What's not working, what needs more, like what is a big area of concern, and then what's my three to thrive, right? What are the three things that I want to accomplish this week in that particular business, that will take the business to the next level or move the needle, even if it's just a little bit. It's identifying the big domino, right? Identifying the big domino. Bill, what's up? Thanks for being here. Bill, Victor, thanks for being here. Excited to have you guys. Thanks for tuning in, man. It's Sunday night. Thanks for being here. And I know daylight savings time. Now we got an extra hour for you East Coast peeps. Love you guys. But yeah, so going back to the smart day, smart week, it's not just for businesses. It's also something that I do for my personal life, right? I like to ask I like to ask myself these questions like, hey, what's working right now? What's not working? And sometimes it's so challenging for me. What I've realized over this last year is sometimes I just keep confronting the same challenge over and over and over. For example, the wholesale business, we're putting out good numbers and we're getting contracts, and all of a sudden we have to pivot and we have to change, right? And then we have to do that, and it takes a little bit of time. Got to solve that problem. We go back and back and back, and when I'm in the grind mode, right? I don't know about some of you guys that are watching. If you're ever in that grind mode of like, oh my gosh, I'm grinding this thing out because I'm trying to hit these numbers every month, whether that be you have an expectation for yourself to make 10 grand a month, or if that's 50 grand a month, or if that's 100 grand a month, or 200 grand a month, or 300 grand a month, right? As you continue to ascend, your expectations go with it, right? And for me, I'm like, man, I always feel like I'm selling. I always feel like I'm pushing this needle that just continually has to be pushed to get to that point. And it's like, yes, that's absolutely it. And over this past week, I look at, like, and it's tough. Like we say, like, comparison is the thief of all joy. But I see the things that I really want to be working on, but I can't right now. And it's being okay with, hey, dude, you got to grind this thing out for a little bit to get to the point where you want to go. And I think there's some beauty in that. So if you guys are in the point right now in your business where you're grinding it out, right, just realize that that will, in the real estate business, that'll always be a thing. And the goal will be, hey, how can I get someone to help me? Right? Hey, how can I get someone that can be on my team, be on my side, who can eventually take these things off my plate? Right? Earlier last year, I thought I had it all figured out. And then as we continue to grow on through this year and the business grows, so you're at like a certain level, and it, like, your business will get like, okay, we got 100K a month, right? Which is amazing. Like, I'm not complaining about having $100,000, but that's not what I'm saying here. I'm saying, well, hey, I think we can push this thing. We want to have a $10 million business, not just a $1 million business, right? Let's go up to the next one. So how do we get to a $200,000 a month, right? Next one. How do we get to a $300,000 a month? And every single one of these levels, your business will plateau, and then you have new problems to solve, right? And typically from that, $150,000 a month, like, you can grind, you can bust your butt, and you can get to $150,000 a month, just you and some virtual assistants, which is amazing, right? In this real estate business, like, you can become a millionaire off of wholesale fees and fix and flip with just you, right? But then if you're like, okay, well, now I got this business cranking to 150,000, you ask yourself, do you want to have a $300,000 a month business and understanding the things that go along with that? Or do you want to go work on other things? Maybe this business can run, right? And it can run to $100,000 a month without you. So then you can work on the other things that you want to do. Or if you're like, no, I want to conquer the world. I want to do $300,000 a month, $400,000 a month. Understand that people are the biggest thing, right? And one of the challenges that I've incurred this year, and I talked to my friends and the things. I actually had a really good conversation earlier with a good friend of mine, and it's like that's like everybody's problem when you get to that point of, hey, we're doing 2 to 3, 4, 5, $6 million a year. How do you get to 10 million? How do you get to 20 million? It really comes down to the people, right? The people are everything, and being able to be a great leader and paint a vision of the future that you want to embody, and then have a good hiring process of always bringing in rock stars is the main thing. So like when all this happens, you know, last year again, when we were consistently, we hit like $1 million. I'm like, yeah, I got to figure it out. Let's go. Right. And then I'm like, okay, well, let's take it to the next level. And the business dips a little bit. And then before we can go back up, and it's always that teeter totter. I'm like, I never want to talk about things that I'm not doing. I never want to come on live or come on YouTube and talk about real estate or talk about things that is not happening. Right. It's like being authentic means everything to me. And when I look at someone else and I look at someone else's success, I will always wish them the best. Like, dude, that's amazing. It was funny because like as I was talking to my friend, I'm like, yo, did you know such and such at this number? And their business they're doing like 5 million a year. They're doing like $10 million. These other people are doing 20, they'll do 25 million this year. That's crazy. And they're like, oh, dude, that's so amazing. Right. And I will never, I look up to that and I like high five, like, yes, that's amazing. And I look at myself sometimes, I'm like, why am I not doing that yet? And I realized that, dude, you got to be patient. You got to be doing these things. And a lot of you guys, if you're getting started, man, we just got to be patient, right? We got to be patient, and we got to think like, okay, what can we do? Are we missing a relationship? Are we missing these things? And you start working on like having that long-term vision, right? Long term. Okay, I know I want to get to X level. How can I surround myself with the people who can help me, not how, right? Who are the people that can help me get to that point? And it really comes down to people. And when it comes to authenticity, I think that me personally, I believe that's everything when it comes to building a team. So I will never sacrifice myself, the person that I am, my integrity, just for making a quick dollar, right? I'll never say something that's not true just to put myself on a pedestal. I will never come in here and be like, yo, everything's amazing. We're making all these things and we've done 50 flips this month if that's not the truth, right? If that's not the truth, I'm not going to say like there's no need to posture. And I see a lot of posturing in this industry, a lot of people who make it seem like they're doing a lot better than what they really are. And I know personally, but I'll never bring them out. So, yo, do yourself, do you, right? But authenticity, I believe, is everything. And when I look at great people who are building businesses that they can be proud of, that's all that I would want. And if you're going to be surrounding yourself with people, like if you know that's going to be the biggest thing, if you know that's going to be the biggest thing that's going to take your business to the next level, in my opinion, you have to be authentic. Is not the 1,000 slave model, right? It's not the model of, hey, how can I get 1,000 people to, do whatever I want them to do, right? It's creating 1,000 leaders, right? People that are smarter than you, people who can do more than you. And that's such a weird dynamic. And again, that goes back to the comparison thing. When you hire someone in who is better than you at doing what you think you're really good at, that's really tough. You're like, oh my gosh, this is kind of weird, right? And then you have someone else who comes in is going to help you guys, whether that be on acquisition. Maybe you have someone who's going to help you with your admin side of your business, someone who just crushes your marketing and knows way more about marketing than you do. Like that is the model. And I feel like the only way to build that business is by being authentic and being honest, saying, yo, you're better than me at this. And I want to put you in a position to win. Like, how can I make it to where you're never going to have to worry about money again? This system is going to be built around you so you can win. And you're this person in sales. You're better than me at sales, right? I don't need to feel like I need to posture and say, I'm the best salesperson in the world. I feel like I'm pretty good, right? But I want somebody who's better than me. I want someone to come in and be like, just crush me at it. So then, like, I can put them on a position to win because now I got this marketing thing. I got leads coming in. I'm going to put them in a position to win. They're going to make so much money. They're going to provide for their family. I want everybody on my team to have nice things, right? And we build something that we can all can be proud of. But I think it comes down to authenticity, not having people. I see so many leaders now in these businesses, and like guys, when we go in these rooms, as you can imagine, like being a part of these masterminds where you pay a bunch of money to be in a room, a lot of it is just people posturing on each other. It's a lot of people just flexing on each other, like, yo, my business is doing this, and like it's not really doing that, right? Or like I'm so great, I'm so good. A lot of narcissism, but like they have an army of what I feel like is people who are just, being doing whatever their beck and call. And for for me and businesses that and I feel like a lot of you guys too that are watching, being authentic to yourself and having there's an article we talked about here on this channel. It's by Tony Robbins. It's like the 8 basic human needs. One talks about contribution, right? Another one is just for you guys have to read the whole article itself, but ultimately, like some people really favor significance, right? Some people are like, really, oh my gosh, I want to feel significant. I want people to tell me how great I am, right? Some people just want to be a part of something that they can contribute, or they want to lead something that values contribution and giving back, right? And I think there's people from all different walks of life, and business and all this stuff ultimately fulfills some of their human need, right? But a lot of these leaders that are narcissists, that significance. I want to feel good about what I do. I want people to tell me how great I am. And look, that's all good and gravy, but in my opinion, just something that's been heavy on my heart. It's like, you know what? I'm okay with it taking a little bit more time. I'm okay with maybe it doesn't look like I'm as successful as someone else, or maybe I'm not as successful as someone else right now, right? But I'm willing to play the long game and just being me, being authentic to myself. And I want to implore you guys to do the same and just asking yourself those questions. The going back to the smart day, smart week. Hey, what is something that you value? Right? What is working right now in your life personally, your relationships, your money management, right? How are you doing on managing your money? How are you doing in your are you being a good dad or a good spouse or a good husband, a good boyfriend, good girlfriend, like whatever. Like how are you doing auditing these things? Like what is going on right now? What's working and what's not working, right? What are some areas of improvement? And then what are your 3 to thrive? What are 3 things you can do this week that can turn the table? Can they turn the tides of what you want to see out of your life? If you're overweight, like some big thing that I've been trying to accomplish is work out every single day. Be more conscious of the food that I eat. Like eat little things. It goes to every area of your life. Like right now, I'll pull up my Fitness Pal, and I've logged in for 133 days. So like the consistency factor, we find like, hey, in any area of your life, really it comes down to consistency, right? But I always want to just be authentic to myself, and I want to ask myself, hey, and check in, guys. And I think most importantly, if you watch this channel and you watch yourself, we talk about is just knowing yourself, right? Knowing the things that make you happy. What gives you the most energy? I'm just really hard on this topic tonight because I was talking to my friend earlier. He was just like, man, real estate is hard in general. You just got to make sure it gives you energy, right? And if whatever your area is not making you happy right now, stop doing it, right? Make sure you're only working on the things that make you happy, and find someone else who enjoys doing the things that you don't enjoy. That goes back to the who, not how. And it's just so basic. And in the book, it talks about if you have enough money to solve a problem, then you don't have a problem. So some of us right now, we're just hitting our head up against the wall saying, I got this problem. I'm trying to solve it. I got this problem. I got to solve. Like, hey, sometimes we're all just one good hire away from having a completely different business, completely different life. But going back to the personal stuff is asking yourself, what's not working, what's not working, then what's my 3 to thrive? Hey, I need to be better in this area. Hey, I need to follow through on my commitments. Hey, I need to be more consistent with reaching out to, whatever. I learned a really good lesson from another mentor of mine. He's like, dude, the only thing I track every single day is having 30 conversations a day. 30 conversations. That's me giving value back into the world. That's me giving value back into the marketplace to my team members. 30 conversations a day, whatever that looks like. If that's me talking to my team members, if that's me talking to potential clients, if that's me talking to, in our world, if that's talking to motivated sellers, if that's talking to maybe really high leverage relationships that you guys are trying to build, 30 conversations a day, right? And you do that consistently, guys. How many conversations is that over a year, right? 30 meaningful conversations over that period of time. Let's just do the math. 30 times 365. That's almost 11,000 conversations for the year. Do you think you're your business, your personal life, your health, your wealth, your vitality, your relationships, do you think they would be better if you were more intentional with having meaningful conversations with the people that matter you the most in those areas? Yes or yes? Absolutely. Absolutely. So guys, as we head into this week, we're heading into the final the final week of this Zero to Hero Season 2 challenge, which I'm excited about. We got this whole big setup for live streaming. I'm probably going to do more content here on the YouTube channel around this. So if you guys ever want to fly into Phoenix, if you ever are in Phoenix, we're going to start taking newbies out. So new people in wholesaling, or maybe you're trying to scale your business. We have a whole live, I'm just showing you this because this is what's going to be in the truck. We have a whole live streaming platform. It's going to be within my truck. We got a camera guy's going to be handling in the back, and I'm going to be showing you. Basically, we're going to go out and we're going to get some deals together, and it's going to be sick because we're going to be live streaming it. So there's no fluff. There's no faking it. It's, hey, if you need to get started in real estate, it's going to be like real estate 101 in the truck. I don't even know what we're going to call the thing, but we're going to do a lot of streaming behind it. And I hope to see you guys here. If you don't have the Calendly link, I'm just going to put it in the comment section. It's calendly.com/zero to heroes ZTH and right along. I'll keep the link up even after Zero to Heroes done, because I want to create some content around this. I want to have new people out. I want to do more streaming with this. And we got, I don't know, it's like a whole thing in the truck. It's going to be super dope. So guys, like, want to continue to do things like this on this channel that's just super real and authentic, demystifying anything that maybe you may feel like you're missing in your like getting started in real estate, or no matter where you're at, like getting a more deep understanding of subject to or creative finance. It's going to be like a big learning lesson, fun interview thing in the truck at least twice a week that we're going to be streaming from it. So it's going to be super dope. I hope that you guys take advantage of this. I'm putting more time into these ride-alongs because it's like, hey, in the past, it's like, hey, how can we do something that's not going to take away from all the other things that I have to do on a daily basis? Like, yo, let's just ride along in the truck, because that is an addition. Like anything that we do in the truck, we're talking about real estate, we're generating leads, we're talking to motivated sellers, we're recording these conversations that's really happening, and it's going to be a lot of cool stuff. So as we head into this final week of Zero to Hero, hopefully you guys are taking action. You're utilizing the community. If you're in Arizona, obviously some of you guys already know I've been locking up deals for you guys. Tomorrow we have one foreclosure that's coming from a student. We have an absentee owner that's coming from a student of the Zero to Hero. We have what was the other one? Yeah, that was another one, not a foreclosure. So another lead that's coming that came from Zero to Hero students. That's 3 contracts tomorrow. I sent a contract out tonight. Guys, like, we are rocking and rolling and really doing it. Every single thing we're doing is being recorded. So ultimately, like, we want to see you win. And I think that's a big purpose of what I want to put here on the YouTube channel and the things that I put out into the universe is, how can I just be authentic? How can I be myself, not front for you guys? I'm not posturing. I'm not saying, we're only doing the things that actually matter, right? We're out, we're doing real estate. If we're talking about things, we're talking about things that are actually relevant. Yeah, and we're not fluffing. We're not saying, hey, we're doing things that we're not. When we get a signed contract, you guys see the screenshot. When we have a closing call, you guys get the recording. So yeah, I think that's one of the biggest things. Guys, sign up at this link if you want to ride along. We have tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock, and then we're doing it at 1 o'clock. So 8 a.m. and 1 p.m. 8 a.m., 1 p.m. 8 a.m., 1 p.m. Every day, 5 days a week, Monday through Friday. So be sure to hop in there, especially as we wrap up Zero to Hero. We want to see you guys get a contract. If you haven't gotten one already, stick with it. I had a guy send me a DM the other day as in yesterday, and he's like, hey, man, I've been driving for deals in Phoenix, and I haven't gotten a deal yet. Like, it's not working. What else should I do? I'm like, well, how long you been doing it? He's like, well, I started a week and a half ago doing it. I'm like, bro, please stop. Like, I want to screenshot this and like blast it on my story, but I'm not that guy. I will not do that. But I'm like, yo, do you think 10 days of, I'm just going to assume you went full out and did all the action, did as much as you possibly could for 10 days. I'm just going to assume that at least, and you still didn't get a result. And you're over here complaining, saying it doesn't work. There's people who have done it for over a month, 2 months, and it still hasn't worked, but they're still continuing to do it. Because I promise you, if you continue to do it, it's not if, it's when. You got to continually put yourself in a position to win. And some folks, just think that there's a magic button. Guys, I'm here to tell you there is no magic button. There is nothing you can press and boom, results, right? It really comes down to like the amazing opportunities of this world. I talk about that pitch coming in that we just have to hit out the park. It's here, it's right now, but it's disguised as hard work. It's disguised as consistency, right? So are we willing to do whatever it takes? So we head into this final week. As we head into the things that like we want, I want you guys to get some results. We have an amazing community. We got freaking we got Tristan here, we got Dante, we got Sherry, we got Victor. Guys, thanks for being here. Like ultimately, as we're heading into this final week, let's make some shit happen. Let's do it. Let's get some deals done. If you need support, Tristan is an amazing guy. He's so well connected. If you're in Phoenix and you need someone to help you lock up your deals or someone to point you in the right direction, hey, we're here to help. But freaking Tristan is here to help too. Like he has all the resources, right? And the cool thing about the sub two community is it's freaking nationwide, right? So there's no reason why we can't be winning. There hasn't been anything like this ever in the real estate industry where there's like thousands of people wanting to work together so we can all win. And there is enough opportunities. And I promise I'm going to say this one more time on this channel tonight and I'll stop. There is enough opportunities for everyone. If you're sitting on the sideline and you think, I got to pick the perfect market, I got to have the right marketing, source, cold calling, texting, guys, none of that matters. It's hard work. It's consistency, sticking with it, and networking with people in the community that's actually doing deals. There is literally thousands of people that want to do deals with you, that want to collaborate, that want to joint venture with you. You can all make money together and you can learn in the process. And I promise you, if you let it, it'll change your life. So guys, thank you for tuning in for Momentum number 251. This is Sunday session. As always, guys, if you get value from any of the stuff here on this channel, please head over, hit that subscribe button. I appreciate you all as always. Let's go have a great week. Happy Sunday. Let's go have a rockin' Monday. Later.